Leaders, welcome to the new episode of the brief. Today's weekly brief is to focus on the game that I've been working on called Maadi. This is where we are at this point in time and stuff that you have done. So the whole purpose is actually to show you how far we are in terms of that game, because it's actually something that I actually enjoy making. So much to learn into this game that I'm learning, like checking my childhood game and bringing it into VR. It's quite exciting, but you can see the beauty that we have. So the first thing that we started with was to actually allow both headsets to be able, both controllers to be able to work. Because last time when I did this app, it was only working with one controller. Please check the previous videos that I've uploaded on bringing my childhood game to virtual reality. You'll actually start to see what I mean by one controller. So I went as further as that to add a kind of a visual effect. They call it a trail render on the marble, or we call it Maadi. So on that marble ball, and then I added this trail effect. As you pick up the ball or you shoot the ball, at least there must be a trail effect at the back. So I've adjusted and adjusted up until I got something that I actually like, which I think it really look beautiful. So there is more stuff that I wanna do on the trail as time goes on, as the game started to grow. I wanna add a couple of stuff on that trail to make it more beautiful, more personalized for you guys when you play this game. Because I know you guys gonna play this game. When you play this game, you actually have your personal touch on the trail, how even the trail of your Maadi actually looks like. So this is later on when we are doing customization and stuff like that. So once I managed to set it up, the trail at the back, then I went to just set up a ground physics of the ground, because our game is only gonna be based on the physics of the ground. You know, if the ground is a clay ground, if it's an ice ground, if it's a grass or water or sand surface, you know, that will have an impact on it. So I set it up and I tested it, and it was good. I just make it bouncy. And from there, then I went on to set up what we call the detector, a collision detector at the back of Tswape. Tswape is the gap between two bricks. So as the ball passes there, we need the game to know that the ball has passed there. And once it has done that, it must be able to redeem the user, you know. So I got this I must say, I almost said firelighter. I got this fireworks set that I had, and I kept checking the ones that actually I vibe with. So basically, we want immediately when that ball passes, it's a whole party. It's eating down. Things are happening. People, they can come with their price stand because my guy just went through the Tswape. You know, the important thing is Tswape, Papa, you must go through the Tswape. So I've made those tests and I did all sort of adjustment. That's why you see me falling down, because I've adjusted the cost to be a little bit small. Then I thought like maybe we can test this app. You see the trail, it's a little better. Look at it. I've made those visually better. Woo! It's looking nice, my brother. It's looking nice, my sister. But you know, the game, it's always la la. I have to cheat it somewhere there, you know. By the time when you guys get to play this, I don't think once you have thrown the ball, you'll be able to pick it up. So that is not gonna be allowed for you to pick it up the ball. But because I'm testing, I need to see what's happening, Chief. So I need to cheat and make sure that I'm able to see what's actually happening. So we can safely say there was one mistake. I didn't change on the code to say true. I kept it on false. But now I need to put it on true so that you could see the fireworks coming out, not fire tabasu. So now you will see once the ball goes through, as I'm cheating it now. Look at that. It's a party. Kidifet 1. I'm telling you, it's December the 31st. Immediately when that ball passes through to a bit there, you know. So this is good. This is beautiful. This is working. So now we need to start progressing and setting up new stuff, you know, so that we could see ourselves progressing. Second thing, I'm like, nah, let's get a nice environment around our course, you know. Then I've been thinking about this idea. I actually posted on my WhatsApp that I'm thinking this game Maadi, because it has been played in my townships in South Africa. It cannot really be on the idea that I had before. The idea that I had before, it was combining Black Panther, you know, and then making our own way of stuff. You know, Black Panther the movie, Marvel, Black Panther the movie, taking that aesthetic and bringing it together, the solar punk aesthetic. But then I'm like, as much as that thing is good, it could make us very aspirational and stuff, but that may not be the true real experience of what I'm going through at this point in time as a young black man from South Africa, you know. So what I came to realize is when I come from the township, and one thing in the township that I've came to be aware about was the fact that a lot of us have access to high technology, and then our life at the same time, our society are collapsing all around, and that concept relates more to a cyberpunk genre. So that's why I started to think like maybe our environment around what we are developing should be cyberpunk, because cyberpunk, its definition is basically high tech, low life. So that's why you start to see all those kind of stuff. So I moved all the stuff inside this new environment that we've created. Now I'm also putting on the fireworks. I'm adjusting the lights just to make it beautiful. This is actually a dope world. Yeah, no, it really looks so dope, but it could serve as an idea of where we're gonna build, because we have developed a futuristic township which was cyberpunk, you know. So now we wanna continue with the same theme where we are developing these townships that are futuristic and that I have all this high tech around it, but at the same time around your street you are able to play mobile games and all this kind of stuff. So let's test it and see. Those fireworks are gonna work beautifully. So let's see. Halala, woohoo! Halala, get it one and that. Immediately when it gets food so happy, you know it's fireworks, Papa. It's fireworks. It's working. I'm happy with that. Now, the next step is to set teleportation, because I wanted to have a basic teleportation. Is a basic locomotion system that actually assists you as a developer for your users not to be sick, right? So I'm setting teleportation here, and I'm telling you, yes, sis. It was moving me left and right. You know, I have to consult film. I have to bring all these guys and read their notes and read all these things, but it was beating me. And hey man, check what happens. I could not even get the surface. So the surface, you must search it as a teleport area, and then once you point that thing, it must be able to do that. Because of that, I decided to take a walk. Chief, it was too much humiliating, so I decided to take a walk so that I can come back with a fresh mind. After a walk, the walk did me good. Guys, don't forget to go to the sun. You must always go to the sun and feel yourself a little bit. Then I started to set teleportation area. I realized my fault was that I didn't put teleportation area on the same layer, interaction layer, as the teleportation provider. I mean the teleportation, what do we call, interactor. So once I solved that, we are able to move. But another problem arises. You see now when I'm trying to play the ball, we still have a teleportation visualization on our hand. So we need to solve this, leaders. It's not need, we need to solve this. So now, for me to solve this, I learned a new concept called action-based controller manager that can actually allow you to bring your interactors, all of them, into one script or component. And then this script or component, it's going to be able to tell the game that to say at this point in time, if this button is pressed, you can teleport. If this button is pressed, you can click the user interface and all of those kind of stuff. So once I've added these two component, action-based controller and the action interaction group, I was able to separate my interactions. You'll see now it's gonna work very nice. You see it has the interactor line, the white one for you to click the user interface, and it also has the teleportation line that can allow you to move, and once you're not teleporting, it's gonna disappear. So we are winning, guys. We are winning. We are coming very nice with this way of us winning. And now, because we don't need the UI one, the ray interactor, I disable it. We just move in now and playing around the game and feeling ourselves. And yeah, man, it's looking all good now. The only thing that I actually came to notice is the fact that the forward button, the forward direction of the joystick, it's always the mistake. It's always been missed by the ball, and I kind of like figured out this is because now we are using two headset, and the other one, both of them are active, and I'm assuming that that script is still picking up the same forward from both headset. That's why sometimes it's behaving the way it's behaving. So we need to be creating a script where only one controller is active at a time. That's why I'm copying and pasting all the component and bringing it to the left controller, so that if you are left hand, you can use one hand, you know, and if you are right hand, you can use the other hand. And yeah, so here I'm basically copying and pasting there, but I haven't yet solved the problem of saying that you can only use one joystick at a time. You'll see as we started to play here, you'll still see another controller being active even though it's not being used. And that we're probably going to solve it in our next brief. When we come for our next brief, we should be able not to have both joysticks being activated. So here, it's just me setting up the action-based controller on the left-hand controller and making sure that both controllers are the same. You don't need to have two controllers, you just need one controller that can do all the stuff. So we are about to come and test this and see how it actually works. Yeah, it has been like a lot of work, a lot of stuff that stresses me, that I just have to make sure that I actually get this project moving. Because I thought about this project since from last year, and I haven't yet made something May. I'm like, no man, I need to ship this project. I need to make something out of this project, because we're not gonna build stuff and then it's just sit, you know. We build stuff and we ship, my brother. That's what's important. So yeah, it's basically us setting up and doing all the sort of stuff for the left hand controller and the teleport interactor. Also, I needed to put settings on it, because immediately when I copy it, I have to replace the references that were provided for the right hand controller, you know. So now we're happy with setting it up. So let's test it out and see how it works, guys. Let's see how it works. Halala. Hey, hi boo. Now we can remove that ray interactor, because we are not using user interface at this point in time. So we can just remove it. Look how beautiful is this world. We want to build the township like that, you know. We want to bring Johannesburg inside this, because Johannesburg is actually cyberpunk. We want to bring it inside this. So now, this game, it's naturally a game that is played by the hand. What we are doing at this point in time, it's basically try to take the Unity package from Willem, you know, the one that have hands, and we want to remove our controllers and use those hands. So the whole idea is, at this point in time, we're still using the controller, but the visualization of the controller is going to be the hands. But the main aim is, at some point, we need to have no controllers. So you just use your hands. So that means this game can be able to work at Quest 3. At the same time, it can be able to work at, Apple Vision Pro. You understand? So now, we're happy with that. We are testing. It actually, like, look at that pose. That's the pose that people actually use when you are playing this game. It started to look similar to the real game, you understand? So, which actually excites me. I told you about the white book because both hands are active. So they're probably forwarding up, they're probably looking at a different direction of the forward position. So that's why the ball goes in an opposite direction from the hand. So that will be solved. So now we are putting my favorite robot hands or Terminator hands, the one that I've used on most of the videos that we are launching on Sundays. So I'm having these hands, they're very nice. It's nice finishing thanks to Willem. So I'm using these hands, setting them up together, like I've done in a couple of recent videos. So the idea is to replace the other hands with these ones. So that's what we are doing at this point in time. Remember, once you have duplicated from that Willem's folder, once you have duplicated the animation controller from the original one, you need to open it up so that you can start binding or wiring up the Terminator hands, all the aspect of the Terminator hands to what is required for that, so that it can be able to bind to the actual animation that is already being controlled. And that's what I'm doing at this point in time. All is done, all is ready now. We are about to test. We just have to deactivate other stuff, and once deactivated we can play and see. We got new hands now. They're looking all shiny and very futuristic. Look at us fly now. Look at us fly now. Look at that. So beautiful. So the pose with this one, it's not, I don't know, it's because of how I set it up, but the pose on this one, it's not really like the one that we for the default hands that we use, the prefabs that we started to use. It's not cussing me. It's not cussing me and giving me that room that I've set it up nicely, because look at that pose. It's not hitting the spot, but we're gonna keep it for the meantime, just as part of us testing, because we still got bigger things that we need to be building. So we cannot really focus on one thing, because that thing, it's just a small thing in the big scheme of things. The main thing is getting our headsets, only one controller to work at a time, so that we can get an accurate forward position of the headset, and then start to build a pass system where even when you're playing alone or you're playing with an AI, it can be as challenging as if you're playing with somebody else, because at a later stage it should be a multiplayer. So, but we want, if you don't have friends, you can still be able to play alone. So those are feature plans, and those are stuff that we want to do at some later stage, So yeah, guys, we are making progress. It's looking beautiful. We're gonna go cyberpunk on this thing. If you got any ideas, if you are also on the theme of cyberpunk and you got ideas on world building, please do let me know, so that I can learn about more world building in terms of cyberpunk and make something beautiful. But at this point in time, we are progressing leadership. Progress must make you happy, and we are happy now. We are progressing. At least it's not sitting there at the back piling dust. It's going out, and I'm showing you on how I'm building this game, bringing my childhood game into VR. It's crazy stuff that we wanna do here at Tech. As we always say, is to explore your curiosity. Our tagline, it's all about exploring your curiosity. So I'm curious to see how this game would actually look like in VR. So that's why I'm actually building this game, So yeah, guys, as I said, it's still a difficult game for me to also play. That's why I'm even battling with scoring the last one, because we really need. I had to cheat. We really need to celebrate and close this video on a high spot, and we did it. We did it. But you guys are not gonna cheat. You guys are not gonna cheat because we're gonna remove that feature of you cheating, guys. This is Maadi, the brief with Maadi. Thank you so much for watching this content. If you like it, please subscribe and give us a like.